Cars 3 is a racing game for the Nintendo Switch. It's a lot of fun. My kids really love this game. The announcers are really fun in between the different game modes, and it feels like you're actually watching Lightning McQueen race, even though you're the one racing with him here. The races are really fun, and they're actually super challenging as well. You can see here I'm playing as Lightning McQueen, and some of the in-game controls are really interesting. You can drive backwards, drive sideways. The cars are really fast, and I'm playing in the medium mode right now, which even as an adult is really challenging. Kids might have a better time playing easy, but you can see here the racing is actually pretty intense. I would say it's even harder and more challenging than Mario Kart, which is pretty crazy. The normal race mode is super fun. The terrains vary a lot in this game, and depending on which path you take, some paths are easier, some paths are faster, and there's shortcuts hidden throughout the game as well. But you'll notice that the maps are the same ones as the movie. So in this case, we're on Fireball Beach, which is, of course, the iconic scene where Lightning McQueen is training in Cars 3. So the kids will definitely recognize all of the scenes from the actual movies. You can do some pretty crazy stuff like driving sideways, as I mentioned earlier, as well as a turbo boost. And as your turbo meter fills up, that's an essential part of the game, as it allows you to kind of blow past everybody else. You do have to kind of time it, which is an interesting component of this game, as you do need to kind of save that to use it at moments where it really counts. So there's, of course, things like driving backwards, which is a lot of fun. Kids will get a real kick out of that as well. And you'll get bonuses for driving like that in certain spots of the map where the game actually prompts you to do so. So overall, the races are definitely challenging. You can see here that in medium mode, I ended up in third place because I ran out of those turbo boosts at the end. So there is a lot of that management type to it as well. There's also a battle mode. There's a lot of different modes actually in this game. There's also multiplayer and different types of cup series that you can run through. And each of these is going to unlock new things, new maps, new cars, new abilities. You can see that there's a pretty wide variety of characters. They're all pretty equal in terms of their performance, which is kind of nice. So if your kid's favorite character is Guido, he's actually as fast as Lightning McQueen. So it is pretty balanced in that sense. Here I'm going to go ahead and do the battle with Tow Mater. And the battle mode is actually super fun. This is a lot more like your traditional Mario Kart. So it's still a race here, but as you kind of race through the map, there's these power-ups that you can get throughout the race. And then those power-ups are going to allow you to actually battle the other competitors and get an edge into getting into first place here. So here we'll see the first list of items. And in this case, I unlocked a couple of these rockets, which there's 3 of them. So I'm able to fire those off to try to get a little bit ahead of my competitors here. All right, and then moving forward, after you've used these up, there's going to be a few more scattered throughout the racetrack. So for example, here, I've unlocked these bombs. Some of the weapons are more offensive for like hitting the guys that are in front of you. Some are actually to stay in first place and hit the guys behind you. It seems like the further back you are, it gives you more of those offensive type usually. And if you're kind of towards the lead, it'll give you ones that will go backwards to hit the guys behind you. Like in this case, for example, I have oil cans, and that's going to make the track really slippery for anybody who's behind us. So obviously there, it's very context dependent on how useful the weapons that you get are. But that said, it adds another dimension to the racing that I really appreciate, and it definitely mixes things up from the main battle mode for sure. So here we're going to finish out this last lap, of course, in the battle mode. And, of course, staying in front, you still use the turbo and everything else. I'd actually prefer the battle mode, I think, to the regular game modes. You also can unlock things. So you can see there I unlocked a new map. There's a bunch of skills and cars that you can unlock. Overall, I'm a big fan of this game. I think you'll really like it.